Oh. Dang, son.
Look at how it forms.
It forms like blasting down from the heavens. We're gonna learn about hailstones today, baby.
Is this for YouTube?
Maybe.
Okay.
I thought it was still summer though.
It was like 80 yesterday. Look at the snow, bro. That's actually so neat.
Some Texas snow right there. Why is my phone not focusing? Texas snow?
Texas snow is dust.
Way back in Exodus 9, we see some hail striking Egypt. It says in verse 25, "And the hail struck in all the land of Mitzrayim, all that was in the field, both man and beast, and the hail struck every plant of the field, and broke every tree of the field. Only the land of Goshen, where the children of Yasharel were, there was no hail." This is Psalm 18, verse 10. This also sounds like it could be prophetic, but it could just be the writer hyperbolizing some things or kind of making a story about his past and how Yah delivered him. It says, "And he rode upon a cherub and flew. He flew upon the wings of the wind. He made darkness his covering, around him his sukkah, darkness of waters, thick clouds of skies. From the brightness before him, his thick clouds passed, hail and coals of fire. And Yahweh thundered in the heavens, and the Most High sent forth his voice, hail and coals of fire." This right here is Psalm 78. It appears to be looking back on Exodus 9. It says, "They did not remember his hand the day when he redeemed them from the adversary, how he worked his signs in Mitzrayim and his wonders in the field of Soan. He turned their rivers into blood, and they could not drink their streams. He sent among them swarms of flies which devoured them, and frogs which destroyed them, and gave their crops to the caterpillar and their labor to the locust. He destroyed their vines with hail, and their sycamore trees with frost. He gave their beasts over to the hail, and their livestock to bolts of fire." Wow. Yeshaya, Isaiah 28, talks about hail as well. Verse 16 says, Therefore thus said the Master Yahweh, see, I am laying in Sion a stone for a foundation, a tried stone, a precious cornerstone, a settled foundation. He who trusts shall not hasten away. And I shall make right ruling the measuring line, and righteousness the plummet. And the hail shall sweep away the refuge of lying, and the waters overflow the hiding place. And your covenant with death shall be annulled, and your vision with Sheol shall not stand. When an overflowing scourge passes through, then you shall be trampled down by it. Genesis 19, going back, it says in verse 24, "And Yahweh rained sulfur and fire on Sodom and Amorah from Yahweh out of the heavens. So he overthrew those cities and all the plain, and all the inhabitants of the cities, and what grew on the ground." Now, this is a neat one because this was not your typical ice hailstones. This was straight up balls of 98% pure sulfur that you literally cannot find anywhere else in the entire world, except in the ashen remains of that city. Or I guess those cities. I think it was like 4 cities. Let's look at some pictures of that. It's pretty amazing, honestly. They're lab tested, this sulfur, and it's not naturally even made that pure, and it's normally yellow, not white. So it's pretty cool. Just look up the Sodom and Gomorrah real photos, and you'll find some pretty interesting pictures. I also would recommend looking up Sodom and Gomorrah sulfur balls, because you can find a lot of pictures of those sulfur balls. You can find a lot of pictures of those sulfur balls just stuck in the ashen remains. People are selling them on eBay too. That's kind of neat. This is what I was talking about. The stuff on the right's only maybe about 40% pure, if I remember correctly. And that white sulfur is about 90 to like 98% pure. 90 to like 98% pure, if I remember correctly again. Be counted worthy to escape the hailstones of Yahuwah.